Okay folks, welcome back to The Long Dark. This is video number 19, because for once I actually looked in our Long Dark Wintermute playthrough series, and you joined me exactly where we left off, standing by the embers of our campfire on the exit of the cabin near Unnamed Pond, ready to go in pursuit of our quarry. But before we do that, we just need to eat some of our wolf meat. We don't seem to be getting the intestinal parasites affliction. I've noticed there's a few things which you normally get in survival mode which we're not getting in Wintermute. So I'm taking that as being a Wintermute curiosity. I've just realised how little water I've got actually. I didn't realise that. My fire's gone out now. Did I leave any water behind in here? I may have done. Let's have a quick look. Before we go anywhere, it is starting to clear outside, as we noticed at the end of the last video. Shame we can't eat that fish. Did I leave any water in here? Please tell me I did. I did. Not much, but a bit. That's enough to keep us going. Right, okay, so we have got some water. So what we now need to do is see if we can go find the bear. That's going to be a bit of a challenge, to be honest. We're fairly close to clear cut, but I'm not completely sure of the way to go to get there. I know we can go this way. So it's going to be really, really cold as well, isn't it? I know we can sort of head that way, but I'm not 100% sure where that goes. That's Unnamed Pond. I'm just trying to think where we're most likely to find the bear. Let's go this way. Let's head towards the world-famous gnarly trees and over this little hill. This may well take us back to the way that we kind of overshot and the way that we came, which gives us the option to climb the rope, which I think takes us to where the old forestry lookout used to be, now the ruined lookout. And that then gives us the opportunity to make our way down the hill, which takes us directly into clear cut, and it gives us a good view as we come down, so that might not actually be a bad idea. So if the bear is there, it gives us a spot. Now the only slight snag... Oh, okay, here we are. Is this actually the edge of clear cut? This might be the edge of clear cut, actually. I think it is. So this actually is the edge of clear cut. I suppose the only thing I can do is just now kind of wander about the map and try and find this bear. So hang on, let's just have a quick look at the map. Frozen Creek, possible old bear location. Clear Cut is a possible old bear location, which is where we now are. Old bear location near the logging camp. Possibly there, which is between camp office and derailment. Possible location, which is there near Unnamed Pond. Possibly there. And possibly over... Oh no, that's late gunshots. Okay, so basically we need to make our way around these various possible locations and try and find the bear. So we're here in clear cut at the moment, having just come up from Unnamed Pond. So we've literally just sort of kind of come this way. If we now head up towards logging camp, if the bear is there, that's cool. We've also got the camp we can duck into. Then we can make our way back around train loading area and back past derailment this way, which passes that one. We can then duck into camp office. We can then make our way back through Deadfall. We must have passed that and we didn't see the bear. So I suppose the best thing we can do then is head back to Trapper's Cabin and see if the bear is at Trapper's Cabin. So we've got ourselves a little plan mapped out there. Let's bring up the gun. Make sure it's loaded with as many bits of ammunition as possible. I cannot see the bear. None of these are particularly great locations because we're out in the open in every single one of them, so we are likely to get attacked by the bear at some point. When I've brought the bear down before, if you've seen me, I've always kind of been a little sneaky and hiding somewhere the bear can't get me. In a doorway, mainly from the Pleasant Valley doorway, where the bear can't get me, or somewhere I can duck out of the way when it charges, but here... no options for that. So no, nothing in clear cut. So let's make our way out of clear cut then. There isn't even any wolf activity here at the moment. So let's make our way out of clear cut and let's make our way down the road towards logging camp, where we might come across it. I think it's actually sort of in the area between logging camp and the train loading area back out onto the main area down the railway line, so that seems to be the actual location. And then we can make our way down through derailment back to camp office and duck back into camp office given the cold temperatures, we want to warm ourselves up whenever we get the chance. Also, don't want to fatigue myself too much because I do have to fight the bear off. One thing we have discovered is that we don't take quite as much condition hit from the bear as I'm used to it taking. Now, again, I don't know whether that's because things have been tweaked or whether it is a Wintermute thing and in survival mode, because you used to take about 90% condition hit from a bear attack. So if you're conditioned with anything below 90%, that was it, game over. But things seem to have changed slightly, seem to have been rebalanced, but that could just be for Wintermute. Okay, I think that road heads off into logging camp, but that's not... What's my temperature like? It's getting a bit chilly. I'm tempted just to drop into logging camp and just get my temperature back up before we carry on. So let's just drop it into one of the huts in logging camp and just warm ourselves up a little bit. Which is usually done by passing time in one of the beds for an hour just to get yourself warmed back up and then carry on. The only problem with that strategy, of course, is the weather can change. But we shall go for it. In fact, we can probably sleep for an hour, actually. So let's just sleep for an hour. That'll get our temperature back up. Probably not all the way to the top, but enough. And also bring our fatigue back up as well. Awesome. And it also saves the game. So if things go wrong... Oh, it's actually brought it virtually all the way back up. So let's head back outside again. Hopefully the weather hasn't deteriorated too badly. No. Pretty good. Okay, so let's head back out then. And we'll carry on this way. Keep a sharp eye open for the bear. The bear can sort of disappear into the scenery a little bit if you haven't... If you kind of low down and there's lots of things like these log piles and stuff, it can kind of hide behind them without you noticing if you're not careful. Okay, I think this is probably the area that it was referring to as a possible location. This little opening here, because even deer about, which usually suggests that the bear isn't there. So I think we are not going to find it in this location. So, fairly sure this is probably the location it's referring to, is this open area here. So if we then head back out onto the main section, make our way back down towards derailment, because that's another possible location just on the other side of derailment where we might find it. If not, I think we're probably going to have to head back to Trapper's cabin and see if it's still lurking around there, because it is entirely possible it is still there, because that's where it was obviously when we left. When we bolted and ran past it, that's where it was, so it could still be there. Or it could be slowly wandering between the locations, in which case it's probably going to be either here if it's wandered this way, or and followed us, which obviously this is the way we came, or in one of the other nearby locations, but we can move around a little bit quicker. So hopefully we'll catch it up if we just keep going round in a circle around the various locations. Hopefully eventually we'll find it. Let's make our way down here, keep our eyes open. In theory, we shouldn't come across it until the other side of derailment, but still wolves out there, we need to keep an eye open for those. See, we've brought bears down before, but never quite in the same way. If you remember in the Hunted Challenge, if you've ever played the Hunted Challenge in the Long Dark, you don't actually have a rifle. You can't take out the bear, you just have to avoid it. But here, we're actually actively hunting it. But obviously we still need to keep ourselves going, we still need to keep ourselves alive, so... picking up all these bits and pieces as we go to keep ourselves going. Okay, now, rather awkwardly, I've just knocked one of my earphones out. There we go. I was briefly deaf on my left-hand side there. Okay, so, here's derailment. Do we see a bear? We do not see a bear. Doesn't mean he's not there. Doesn't mean he's not here. So we will keep our eyes open. Good news here is we're fairly close to camp office, so if he is here and if we do get attacked, we're not too far from being able to take shelter. But he's not here. I'm wondering if he is either at that other location, but we've been past that, or still at Trapper's cabin. So, okay, so no bear here. I assume the bear is moving about, so I am working on that assumption, so we might come across it in the kind of areas between where we're travelling from and to. Let's just have a quick look at our condition. We have got a frostbite risk, we've got 11%, we're at 100% condition. Everything's actually looking okay. I'm tempted just to carry on straight back to Trapper's cabin rather than duck into camp office. So I think it's just a little bit of an unnecessary diversion. So let's carry on. It's not actually that far when you sit down and think about it, so we might as well keep going. The frostbite risk is a bit of a nuisance. It's because our hat got ruined in one of the attacks. I think it was the very, very first bear attack that our hat got ruined, and I haven't found another one. The wind's picked up a little bit. This isn't marked as a possible bear location, so in theory we shouldn't come across it here. Trapper's cabin is, in survival mode, one of the main locations where you can come across the bear, so it's not surprising really. So I'm wondering whether it is still around that area somewhere. Because we've kind of gone in a circle now. In the last little section, we've kind of gone round in a big loop. And we haven't come across it. So I'm thinking that probably the best thing to do is go to Trapper's cabin, see if it's still there. If it isn't there, head back around in that loop again. Heading back towards Unnamed Pond, which takes us through another possible location. And then just follow it round again through all the various locations, and hopefully we'll eventually catch it up.
This cold.
The problem does come if we find it in a bit of an isolated location that's nowhere near an indoor location. So if we do get mauled, we haven't got anywhere to retreat to. That's my only worry. I'd rather come across it by Trapper's cabin, where I actually have an indoor location I can... because I have a feeling that the only way we're going to sensibly be able to attack it is during that initial attack phase where it rears up. I think that's probably the best chance we have of having a static target that I'm going to easily be able to hit. But that does mean that it will probably then charge at us and we are going to get mauled, so be a bit careful. Okay, so we're coming back down on the area around Trapper's cabin. This, in survival mode, is the bear den, where the bear actually lives, so you tend to find it round here. But I'm not seeing it. That anxiety's coming back again.
Goddamn freezing.
Okay, we now have hypothermia risk. Okay, we'll head round to the barn. That's where I'm headed. And we'll see if it's there. So we know that it can't get into the barn. So if we're well in the barn, it can't get us. And I can light a fire in there and warm myself up. But ultimately, if I can get into Trapper's cabin, that's even better. A bit of a noise there. There he is. There's the rear as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, run into the barn, quick. Okay, we're in the barn. And that scares the bear, apparently. Okay, so here he is. So we're in a position now where we can hunt. I'm really hoping he doesn't run off over the hill and disappear. That would suck. Okay. Ignoring our hypothermia risk. Okay, that was one shot. That was 2 shots. I got a mission update there. Did I take it down? No, I didn't. Okay, I got a mission update. 1 hit, so we've got to hit 6 times. We've got to hit the bear. We've got to hit the bear 6 times. Confirmed hits. Come over here, Mr. Bear. Come this way. Come this way. Over here. Come over here. Straight towards me. Straight towards me. Nice, easy hit. This way. Just check my hypothermia risk. We've got 1 hit in. He's gone back into kind of pacing now. Oh no, he's still running about. Is he coming over here? No, he's staying well away from me. I think he's too far away for me to get a hit in. And for it to be a confirmed hit. I have a feeling he's going to carry on like that whenever I'm standing in the barn. So let me come out of the barn. So I'm not standing in the barn now, I'm standing out of it. Okay, that's not a hit. So it's obviously too far away at that range. So I really want to be somewhere where I can retreat. I definitely can't get to Trapper's cabin. Oops, well that was a bit rubbish. That was definitely not a hit. He's kind of got locked into this pattern, unfortunately. Oh, he's running that way now. Does that mean he's disappearing off to the other location? No, he is coming back. He is coming back. Where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, is he? He is running off now. He is running away. Okay, he has run away. So let's get ourselves over to Trapper's cabin then. Warm ourselves up. Better to do it in here, then we're not wasting our fire-making material. He has run off, and he's run that way in the direction of camp office. So he'll either come back, or he's likely to be at that location. So let's head inside. Don't know whether Jeremiah's going to say anything to us. Nope. But we can warm ourselves up in here again, and we can restock our water supply as well, because I know I'm a little bit low of water. So let's just do a litre of water. So with Jeremiah's everlasting fire. So that's improved our water situation. Okay, so we're no longer in... well, we're still in hypothermia and frostbite risk, but we are warming up. Food-wise, we can eat a little bit more, and we can drink a little bit more. Although, I am slightly worried because I don't have very much more food now, so... an almost fully cured wolf pelt. And fully cured gut time is okay. I'm a little bit fatigued, but I want to continue this pursuit now. So let's jump back outside and see if he's come back. Oh, the weather's not very nice out here actually. He hasn't come back, so that does suggest that he has moved on to the next possible location. So that could be what actually is happening now, is that he's moving from location to location around the map. We bring up the map. So he went this way, so that would suggest that the next location we're now going to find him at is going to be there. Because that's the kind of direction he went off in, so we're probably going to find him here now. So we need to follow him, but I think we need to... Our hypothermia risk is healed. What's the temperature? It's not too bad. Okay, let's just go for it. The only slight snag with this is that there is no indoor location near there, so I am going to be quite vulnerable. I assume those are the bear's blood tracks rather than mine. So we need to hit him 6 times then. So we can't afford too many missed shots because we actually don't have a massive number of bullets, so I can't afford too many missed shots. Why have I got a box of matches strapped to the bottom of this? What's that? Okay. Well, he's not there. I assume that he has gone on to the next location, which is near camp office. We may encounter him en route if he's kind of slowed from a run, but I'm wondering whether he will now just run to the next location and then calm down when he gets there. Or if we're going to pop our head over a hill and find him. Right, so we're coming back down into Deadfall. I have actually seen the bear in survival mode wandering around by Deadfall up that way towards the railway line, but that's not the location that's marked on the map, so we'll keep an eye out that way, but we won't sort of take that as a possibility. We'll head towards camp office. Doing a fair bit of sprinting because I'm trying to move fairly quickly. See if we can track the bear down. It's a shame I didn't manage to get a couple of shots into him. Be better if I can try and get a couple of shots into him at each location, so I don't have to keep following around the map. Excuse me. Whew. This is tense. Okay, so in theory, he should be not far away from where we are now. Unless, of course, he has gone to a different one of these possible locations. We don't know. I'm just making an assumption that he's come this way and therefore he's going to be here. But I could be wrong. And it actually looks as if I am, because I can't see him. Okay, well he's not there, and that's the location that's indicated on the map. He isn't there, so he's obviously just run off to a different location. But we'll head into camp office, and we'll sort ourselves out, warm ourselves up, sleep, and then we'll carry on. Basically, I think we're just going to end up going back around the circle again. Let's pick up one of these water bottles. I think we're basically just going to end up going back around the circle again, I think. Just trying to track down our quarry. Okay, so we need to sleep. Get our fatigue level sorted out. It's actually going to be a bit tricky because we're going to be heading into the darkness now. But I am actually tempted, even in the dark, if it's clear, to head to the logging camp, which is the other potential location. Okay, so the game has been saved. We are at dusk. Just trying to decide what to do for the best, really. I'm actually tempted. It is tricky because obviously if I do go out there, I could potentially get myself to logging camp, but I can't use my torch or my lantern whilst I'm trying to shoot him, because I can't hold both that and the rifle at the same time, so... Ooh, that's kind of nice. Okay, well, we're still in a travelable state. We're in pretty good shape at the moment. So, he's not here, not that we can see. So, I suppose our best option is going to be to head towards logging camp and see if we find him in that location, or hiding here somewhere, which is entirely possible. It doesn't appear to be here. No, it doesn't appear to be around here. So let's make our way to logging camp. Well, we've still got the light to do it. Let's keep our eye open around this open area, but he's not here by the looks of things, so he's not in this possible location. So, we'll go back to logging camp, see if he's there, and then we'll go around the loop the other way. So, kind of heading back towards Trapper's cabin that way round. He may have taken a turn and gone to the next location, which is nearer to Unnamed Pond. I don't know. I don't know if he's kind of going to follow those in a logical pattern or just randomly go to another location. So, I suppose all we can do is just go from location to location as we find him again. It's a shame I didn't manage to get a couple of shots into him, because Trapper's cabin, I think, is probably one of the better places to have a go. Of course, we can do it from the barn where we're relatively safe. Okay, so let's keep ourselves going this way then. Back towards the little sort of locomotive-y thing, which is just coming into view. I haven't noticed very much wolf activity since we've started this phase, so I don't know whether that's simply because we're just not encountering the wolves, we're just missing them, or whether they have deliberately kind of removed the wolves whilst we're pursuing the bear, so that we can concentrate on our bear, although we did get jumped by a wolf whilst we were trying to find it, so... Weather's clear, so as it goes dark we should still be able to see where we're going. Obviously we're coming up to another possible location, which is just round this corner. So I could cut over that way and avoid it, but we kind of want to find the bear, don't we? So let's go around here. Since he didn't go to that one near camp office, logically this is the next one round in the loop. So he may well be here. So let's keep our eyes open. See if we spot him. If we do, hopefully we can get a shot into him. And even if we then get mauled by him, hopefully we can make it into logging camp to heal ourselves up. Okay, a frostbite risk. We're going into the headwind as well, which is slowing us down a bit. Around the corner. I'm trying to be quick, but I'm trying to be cautious as well. Okay, well, I can't see him. I'm pretty sure this is the area that the map indicates and how far it stretches that way, but I can't see him. I have seen the bear wandering around this entire section, so... no, doesn't look like he's here. Don't think I've ever seen him just generally wandering about over this side, over that side, so... No, doesn't look like the bear's about over here. So let's head into logging camp then, and we shall call it a day there, I think, and we'll sleep there through the night, and then we'll carry on back through to Clear Cut, and then we'll sort of carry on around the loop. We can sort of go around the side of the hill and back towards the cabin that we were in before, and then head back across Unnamed Pond, towards the other location that's marked on the map. And if he's not in that one, I really don't know where he is, because we've gone around all of them then, so I'm hoping he's going to... I'm kind of hoping that he moves to the next location and stays there until we find him, and it's not that he's going around and we're going around and we keep missing each other. Okay, let's get ourselves in here then. So, we are going to call it a day, I think, for this video, right here in this here logging hut. It is completely dark in here, so I will bring the menu up so you can see I am actually still here. Let's bring up the journal. So, we have 1 out of our 6 hits on the bear. So we need to get 5 more shots in. We need to be a bit careful not to waste ammunition then, because we don't have very much. We've got a couple of potential missed shots. So we need to try and make sure each shot counts. But we are going to continue our pursuit of the bear in the next video. So right now I am going to say thank you very much for watching. We've got our first hit in on the bear. Hopefully we can bring it down in the next video with a couple more hits. But right now I'm going to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see a bit more of the Long Dark. And of course, Downtime, which is my new video log, which I am planning on bringing out every week. That's going to be coming up again shortly. A little bit longer and a little bit more in depth than our little French beach odyssey. But that's going to be out there very soon as well. So I am going to say thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again very soon.